soon as you put that shirt on and you're playing this evening, I think, yeah, it's quite a proud moment.
These opportunities don't really come for semi-professional players. I think, whilst people like to see semi-professional players maybe playing as well, maybe not so much as superstars every week, but people who are just like them, kind of getting a chance to play international football.
The talents here in lower levels, it's a good showcase for them, and it's a good showcase for Welsh football in general.
Any minute is to wear this Welsh shirt, 1 minute is good enough for me.
To the FAW headquarters, where this evening we're going to be announcing the Cymru C squad set to take on England C in the third international challenge match, set to be played at the Oval Carnarvon. Now, just to let you know how things will work this evening, we'll be announcing the squad in 3 stages. It'll be goalkeepers and defenders, then midfielders, then the forwards. We've also got some special guests in with us to dissect the squad, talk a little bit more about the venue, and of course, I will be grilling both Gwyn and Mark Jones on why there are so few Cardiff Met players involved in the squad. But first of all, before we get down to the squad, let's remind ourselves of the rivalry and what happened in Barry in 2018 and then Salford in 2019.
It was announced that the game was going to happen in October last year, and I think, as hard as it is, it's definitely in people's back of their minds when playing. So it's something I've thought about. I don't put too much pressure on myself when playing, but thankfully when Jonah spoke to me, it was pleasing to get the call. He actually spoke to me at one of the games, one of the live games, so obviously he was commentating, but he pulled me before the game, so he told me, and obviously there was a little bit of pressure going into that game before I played, but against Bangor as well, Bangor away. But no, it was, like I said, it was a little bit more pressure, but I think once he told me, it was I could relax a little bit, and like I said, thankful to get the call.
I've just come back, literally just come back off the holiday. I've been on holiday, and I come back and it's just a bit of more good news, so it was a great feeling. All you can do is try your best and hope you can see it in you, and he has seen it eventually, which is great. And yeah, now I'm here and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's a brilliant honour. Not much. What students have said that they've represented their country, minimal. So yes, it'd be a great feeling to walk out there. Yeah. Be nervous to start, but that's part and parcel of football. I think it helps the game as well to be nervous, excited, be a roller coaster for emotions. But once the first whistle goes, then your head just clears and you're done football then.
In everyone's back of their minds, it's definitely in there, because everyone wants to represent the country. I think the 18 or 19 boys that are lucky enough to do so this evening, it's been in the back of their minds for a few months, I'd imagine, definitely.
It's been in the back of my mind all season. I'm not going to lie and say it hasn't been, because it has been. Just wanted to kind of get into this squad and kind of make amends for last year. I know I didn't really do anything wrong. I got injured, but it's kind of just wanted to be there and do my best this time.
Whatever sort of level you represent in your country, it doesn't really matter. I think as soon as you put that shirt on and you're playing this evening, I think, yeah, it's quite a proud moment.
I didn't really envisage having another chance probably to play for Wales or put the red shirt on again, so not in this context really. I obviously went to the Euros and supported Wales as a fan, but I didn't imagine I'd ever get this chance again. And like I said, if I do get the chance to play, I'll give it my all, and it'll be a special moment for me.
I think Jonah's message throughout the camp has been that we want to be competitive. We're under no illusions, we're probably underdogs for the game, but I think as long as we're competitive and give a good account of ourselves, I think that's the main important thing. It will reflect very well on the league if we're competitive and giving them a good game this evening.
these opportunities don't really come for semi-professional players. I think, whilst people like to see semi-professional players maybe playing as well, maybe not so much as superstars every week, but people who are just like them, kind of getting a chance to play international football. So I think they can almost see their dreams through us, if you like.
Yeah, fantastic memories from that. Go on, Jonah, did you pull any muscles doing that celebration?
Enjoyed it, really enjoyed it.
And I think having been there and experienced that with the group, it's just incredible, isn't it, to put the Cymru leagues on the map and showcase the talent we have on display in our leagues.
Yeah, that was a massive occasion. I think the first occasion at Valley was fantastic at Jenna Park. And when we went to Salford, and there were some named guests in the crowd, Giggs, Scholes, Gary Neville and the likes, and for our boys to go and produce a performance like that and get a 2-2 draw, I just thought that the team as a whole were fantastic.
And Gwyn, from your point of view, how important is this fixture for our domestic leagues?
Use the word showcase, Abby, and that's exactly what it is. We have to have the courage in our own convictions of the standard of our league. I think it's underrated by people who aren't familiar with our league. And so we've got to have the confidence of putting ourselves up at that stage. And the first two occasions have been great. And I'm really pleased that we've been able to rearrange it. It was really disappointing. We lost the last game at Caernarfon almost 2 years ago at a week's notice. So I'm really pleased that everybody's pulled together. And but we owe gratitude as well to James and to Lawrence of the English FA, who've both really helped make this happen.
And Mark, from your point of view, it's incredible, isn't it, from that first game in Barry to then Salford, the improvements that were made within the squad?
Oh, the squad has got stronger. The first time, I wouldn't say stronger, it's just the levels of the league itself has improved the players, I think. And yeah, you're right, the standards have improved. I mean, when you play in this international, it's almost regarded as, it's like a top-class international. Everything is there for the players. Everything is there. We got a big crowd this time. Hopefully, it can happen to spur us on. And it is really a top-class event.
And Gwyn, why the Oval? We're going there.
Well, I've touched upon it. We went there. We planned to go there originally 2 years ago as well. So there's an element of trying to repay that faith. But also, it's quite simple. They're the best supported domestic team in our pyramid system in the Cymru Premier. So we just wanted to generate an atmosphere and to make it an occasion to remember. And, England aren't familiar with the Oval. I'm sure the crowd's going to be great. We've sold over 700 tickets already, so there are only just over 1,000 left, and the squad hasn't even been announced as yet. So you can buy them either from the club or from the FAW website. So it's going to be a cracking occasion, and hopefully it's such a good event, and there's no question whether this fixture continues or not in future years.
And Mark, we're going to get onto the squad very soon, but just a quick note on your team, your management team, because Owain Tudor-Jones, who's been with you for 2 years, isn't available for this one. So tell us about your backroom staff.
The new backroom staff, obviously, is Christian Edwards from the Met, somebody who you know well. He's retiring not retiring, sorry. He's finishing at Cardiff Met after 13 years at the Met, so he's not involved with the club next season, so we brought Christian in. And he's a font of knowledge of this league, and he's been tremendous already in helping. He's really worked hard, and a goalkeeping coach. Now we got a new goalkeeping coach from Connors Key. He's done, he's just joined us. Neil Eberl. He's got experience of working with us in Europe, and Neil Smothers played 300 times plus in the Welsh Premier League. Managed for Carmarthen for 4 or 5 years. Just real quality people. I'm really pleased we've got on board to replace the super set that I had the last time. They were fantastic. Dave Adams, Lee Kendall, and the Welsh Premier's James Bond. Owain Tudor-Jones. He's gone on to better things and he's left us behind.
If he's James Bond, who are you?
Don't want to know.
Yeah, it has already been a superb season in terms of domestic football, and at the weekend, a little bit more history was made.
A mae'r pencampwriaeth yn mynd nôl i'r clwb sy'n teimlo mai nhw sy'n pia fo. Pencampwyr tymor 2021-2022, y Seintiau Newydd.
Look, I just think 2-0 down half-time, great character to come back into it. We're disappointed to concede the goal at the end, but look, we deserve to be in the position we're in because the table doesn't lie. I said last season when we came second that whoever finishes top deserves it, and we deserve it this year. So very proud of the players, the staff, and everyone involved. So
it's absolutely amazing to get over the line today. It was a bit of a nervy finish. We couldn't wait to get the game over, so absolutely delighted to get it back after 2 years not having it.
it teaches a bit of a lesson as well, not to take it for granted in the future. You know, enjoy these moments. Yeah, when you win so many in a row, you take it for granted. And then fair play to Connor Skiddy, stepped up the last 2 years, but I'm absolutely made up to get it back, and I think thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, huge congratulations to TNS for becoming the first team to win this for 14 times. It's quite a remarkable achievement, isn't it, lads?
Fantastic achievement. They're the top club in our league. That, it just goes to show, I think, what an achievement Andy Morrison created for the past 2 seasons at Connors Key. But Anthony Limbrick has come in and done a fantastic job, and you have to congratulate them. As we say, our league is getting better and better, but they almost qualified for the qualifying stages in Europe at the beginning of the season. I don't think Mike Alice is going to stop until he gets there, and you must congratulate them. What a fantastic job they've done this season.
And for the FAW, for Welsh football, it's important, isn't it, to have TNS back competing for that title and winning it?
The structure of European football has changed in recent years. So the first game for the champions of the Champions League is huge, because if you win that first game, then when you're ultimately knocked out, you go down to the Europa League and then Europa Conference. So if the New Saints win that first game, they'll have a minimum of 6 games in Europe, which is huge opportunity for us to gain more coefficient points, which will safeguard our 4th European spot. So and TNS are likely to be seeded as well because of their previous record in Europe. So so let's all get behind them. They're deserved winners of our domestic league, and hats off to everybody associated with TNS for the manner that they've achieved that 14th success as well.
Absolutely. And Mark, what are the main improvements that you've seen within that TNS side this season?
I think they go back to front a bit quicker than they used to. They're more physical than they used to be. They were at one stage when they might have just been going off the ball. I think they just try and pass their way through you. Total football with about 10 or 15 passes before they get in your penalty area. But now I think Limbrick has seen that. He's seen his team have to be a bit more physical. They're a bit more sharper and quicker. They got pacier players, Jordan Williams and the likes, and Danny Davis, and they've really added to their squad. And they're a top class outfit now, and they're very, very worthy champions.
Absolutely. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling suitably warmed up to get into the squad announcement. So without further ado, let's get into it and announce the first set of players to be in the Cymru C squad. Come on. So the goalkeepers are Alex Ramsey and Connor Roberts of TNS. Then we'll move on to the defenders. We've got Mile Davis involved, Kane Owen, Emlyn Lewis. I'm glad Jonah hasn't completely forgotten about Cardiff Met players there. We've got Dion Donoghue, who's having a fantastic season, Danny Davis, who we'll be speaking to a little bit later on, Callum Roberts, Jake Phillips, and Lee Jenkins. Congratulations to all of those players who've been called up to the squad. Now, I'm delighted to say that we're going to have one of those players that we've just announced in the squad, Danny Davis. He's going to be joining us. What a weekend he has had. He was crowned champions of Wales on Saturday, announced in the Cymru C squad on Monday. Danny, not even Craig David has weekends like that. How are you feeling?
Yeah, delighted to get the call up. I spoke to Jonah on Saturday morning before the game, and he gave me the heads up, just said that the squad was going to be announced today. So yeah, and said I was in the squad, and delighted to get the call up.
And I think it's fair to say, when you play in the Cymru Premier, you don't often expect to be able to have the opportunity to represent your country. So how special is it that you get to put that Wales shirt on?
Yeah, it's going to be a proud moment. When the game was announced a couple of months ago, it's definitely been in the back of my head, and just waiting for the team to come out is when the game got announced a few months ago, I think. And so, yeah, it's definitely been in the back of my mind. But delighted to get the call up, and it's going to be a proud moment when put the shirt on. Yeah, definitely.
And in terms of domestic football, 3 championships in 3 seasons. I guess going forward to next season, every club's going to want you because you seem to be the key.
Yeah, I've had a couple of seasons. My first season was with Prestatyn. I only got back into football properly 3 seasons ago, and that was my first season with Prestatyn. We won the Cymru North, but unfortunately we couldn't go up due to other things. But so I moved on to Connaskey last season and had a good season there. But obviously due to COVID, this game wasn't a fixture last year. So it's good that it's been brought back in now, and had another good season with TNS luckily, and yeah, I got the call up, so delighted.
And you mentioned getting back into football. It's not the only sport you're good at, is it? You're quite handy with a bat in your hand.
Yeah, I played cricket at pretty high standard, really. I didn't play much football until 3 years ago. So yeah, cricket was the main sport that I focused on, really, and then things, I won't go into it, but there's a few injuries and things changed and got back into football, and here I am now.
And how great is it that you're going to get the opportunity to join up with players from other Cymru Premier sides and get to know them a bit more as well?
Yeah, I spoke on the phone earlier, and they spoke about the professionalism, how the setup's going to be, and where we're staying and stuff like that. So I think just being around the lads and meeting new people, it's going to be good. Yeah.
Have you had any family members asking you for some kit?
Not yet, no.
Perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
No,
thank you.
Cheers.
There we go. That's our first interview we've done. Shall we move on to the midfielders and find out who else is involved in the squad? So in midfield, we have Lewis Harling, who's going to be pivotal in that midfield. 5 goals and 4 assists already this season. We've got Leo Smith, Clayton Green, who I believe is going to be joining us rather soon, Darren Thomas, Aaron Edwards, who again was pivotal in Salford, and we've got Tom Price as well. And as if by magic, when you come back to us, wow, Gwyn Derfell's changed. How are your acting skills? Are they up to Gwyn's standards?
Not bad, better, I'd say, actually, definitely.
How are you doing, and how does it feel to get called up to that Wales C squad?
Yeah, good. Just a little bit disappointing the last couple of years. Not being able to play the games, but looking forward to the occasion now.
And you were one of the standout players in Salford. What are your memories of that fixture?
Tough game. I remember they were knocking the ball around well. We were chasing for a lot of it, but we ended up getting a positive result, and it was a good occasion, yeah.
And what are the things, obviously Jonah quite well. What's it like working under him? I know you sat quite close, so you can't say too much about him, but what's it like working under him?
A little bit too close at the moment, but no, he's a good guy. And yeah, it's been a pleasure the last time, and looking forward to this occasion as well.
And we've just asked there to Danny, but what's it like getting to meet up with players that you're normally playing against? I know you've got Cardiff Met this week, but you're playing against them normally. How great is it to get to know them and understand them in a different way?
Yeah, it's good, because usually on the pitch it's not the most friendly of meetings, but when we get to meet up, it's all, we're all friends and try and come together to try and get a positive result.
And you're playing against majority of players are in the National League. It's a great chance, isn't it, to show where Welsh football is at?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a little look at their squad. They're probably going to come into the game as big underdogs, and we'll be favourites. But no,
I love that.
Looking forward to it.
And just tell us a little bit away from football. You were saying that you're currently studying at Cardiff Met. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, currently studying to become a teacher, doing my PGC for secondary school PE. So yeah.
And how important do you think it is to kind of be a dual purpose athlete, so to have more than one avenue away from football as well?
Yeah, of course, everyone wants to be a footballer when they're younger, and I did, and there'll be plenty of others who do, but there's other routes and other ways to stay involved in sport for life and make a career of it as well.
Absolutely. Perfectly put. shall we move on and find out who else is going to be joining you in the squad? Let's move on to the attackers and put those final players out of their misery, shall we? So the forwards involved, Will Evans, who's having an absolutely sublime season at Bala. There's Kane McLagan, who's got 11 goals in 22 games this season. Nathan Wood, and then completing the lineup, sorry we've left you till last, but Ben Fawcett as well. Jonah, the lack of Cardiff Met players, of course, you know, I'm struggling for eye contact here, but I'll rise above it.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about the thought process and how difficult it was to leave some players out as well.
Yeah, it's always very difficult because, like we said, players who've done, especially the players who've done well for us in the past, the likes of Adam Roscoe's got a brilliant goal the last time when we played against England. He went on to win the Football League then, and I was proud of him to go into the Football League. You know, he's had a go at it. He's come back. He hasn't been that fit this season. I'm sure he'll come back again. No, Adam, and start firing again soon. Chris Venables, who's been a legend in our league, he's just decided that you know, he got his club form now, and he's going to regain his club form. He started scoring goals again, and he's decided that he's willing to give youngsters a chance in the Welsh Premier League, which I admire him for. That's a class person that he is. And so we brought in a few youngsters, and you know, we're hoping that they can go and perform as well as Roscoe and Venables have for us before.
Absolutely. Clayton, when you look at that squad, I know you've only just seen it yourself, but who are the names that stand out for you, aside from yourself?
So Kane obviously plays for the same team as me. I see a lot of Kane. He's sharp, can always score goals. I've played alongside Kane Owen as well, uni football, and he's got a great left foot, can always cause problems for the teams. And there's a number of players really who are a nightmare to play against, so I'm looking forward to playing with them for once.
Absolutely. Jonah, who do you think, I'm putting you on the spot here because you've got to work with them, who's going to be a match winner?
Every one of them, that's why they're in the squad.
Oh, it's
Sorry,
so easy to train.
Sorry,
it. Absolutely. Now, I think we should have a little look at our opponents as well. We've got Tommy Cowes, who is, of course, Wrexham through and through. He follows them home and away. He's going to tell us a little bit more about this England side and, of course, the 3 Wrexham players involved in it. Tommy, lovely to see you. What have you got for us?
Well, for a start, it feels weird to come on and speak about England, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I'm here for, apparently. But yeah, I mean, it's a really strong England side from what I can see. A lot of players I've seen who've come up against Wrexham, and obviously the Wrexham lads as well. All 3 having a terrific season. You know, all 3 of them are Football League standard players. So I mean, Jonah, you know, he'll know all about it. But yeah, I'm confident Wales can do the job. I'm looking at the Wales squad. It's a fantastic squad. I watch plenty of Welsh Premier football as well. So I'm excited for the game, and I can't wait for it, to be honest. Yeah.
Of the 3 Wrexham players involved, which one is the one that we really need to look out for?
I mean, the name that jumps out is Paul Mullin. I mean, it's strange that he's going to be in the England setup. He's declared himself eligible for Wales, so I mean, it's a strange scenario. But yeah, Mullin's the one who stands out. But for me, Aaron Hayden has had a fantastic season. He's the one for me who has been outstanding. But Ben Tozer as well. I'm sitting on the fence a bit here, aren't I? But no, Ben Tozer as well has been top class. So all 3 are great lads, and it's going to be strange for me to be booing them in Caernarfon.
Absolutely. And I saw a lot of Ben Tozer when he was at Cheltenham. Those long throw-ins, they're going to hurt, aren't they?
Yeah, big time. I mean, yeah, especially you know, in Caernarfon, I think it's going to be a weapon for them without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I think Wrexham have probably got 5, 6, maybe 7 goals this season from his long throws. So yeah, it's going to be a weapon without a shadow of a doubt, Abby. But I'm confident the Welsh boys have got enough quality in there. Certainly looking at the defenders, they're absolute top class for our boys. So I'm confident we can see them out, and hopefully all 3 of our boys, or I say our boys, the Wrexham boys, have a quiet night.
Absolutely. Tommy, it's fair to say that talking about England doesn't suit you. So come back to this side, please. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Clayton,
Yeah.
we were talking there about Ben Tozer and the long throw-ins. You're going to sort him out though, aren't you?
Well, I'm not sure what I can do about the long throw-ins, but hopefully I can do something, yeah.
And Mark, obviously, those 3 Wrexham players that are involved, they are going to be a threat. Paul Mullin, we've seen him do it for Cambridge. You can nullify that threat, can't you?
Well, obviously that is why they're overwhelming favourites. Like you said, they're the most probably. We got players playing for us in our league, like Clayton earning his trade as a school teacher and everything, and you've got some of the boys then driving into football grounds every day, and football is their life, and they're earning big money for it. So we just got to see if we can compete with them. We've competed with them twice in the past. It's up to us to build the team spirit. It's up to us to get that camaraderie amongst the boys and just produce again and go and get a result for Wales.
Absolutely, and we are going to do that. Again, it's the perfect opportunity for us to showcase the quality we have on display in the Cymru leagues. That's all from us. Thank you very much to you both.
Thank you.
And we'll see you very soon. Tickets are still available, so make sure you check out the FAW website, and we'll hopefully see you at the Oval on March the 30th.